All right, folks, this is the Tri-Jake Method Gym Edition workout. So it's the gym edition, so this is for people that have access to gym facilities. The first exercise that we're going to do is on this row machine here, also known as the erg. And what I want to talk about first, before we do anything, is proper form so that you can produce the most power to generate the most force to create the most watt output to burn the most calories. I hope I didn't lose anybody there. So the idea here is a lot of people think that this exercise is a pulling exercise because you're pulling the oars towards you right here. But this exercise is not so much a pulling exercise as it is a pushing exercise. So you drive through your heels and you push with your legs first. Your core will then unfold second, and then it's a quick pop to the chest, and then a return, then you bend your knees and collapse back to the catch of the row. So then once we get that motion down a couple of times, we try to smooth it out. Meters can be found right here on the console, and we're gonna go for 250 meters to start off our Tri-Jake Method Gym Edition. And that's 250 meters right there. The erg is a wonderful exercise machine to get you going. I already got a sweat going, my heart rate is up. And with any good anaerobic activity, you will notice a spike in heart rate, not necessarily during the exercise, but as I lose my breath right now. So it's actually a delayed effect, and what that is actually your heart and your muscles talking to each other. Your muscles being like, hey, we just worked way outside our capacity, which is good for calorie burn, but we need more blood. So to do that, you get out of breath so that your lungs can get more oxygen, feed the heart so more red blood cells can be produced, and that blood can get to the muscles where it belongs so that you can continue to work out, which is exactly what we're gonna do next. All right, good. So we're coming off the row machine, or the erg machine. We just did 250 meters. Now we're gonna get into a bit of the weightlifting or the resistance training part of the Tri-Jake Method Gym Edition. The first exercise in this is going to be a bench press. So you're gonna wanna load up a bench bar or a long bar with a tolerable weight, about 75% of what your maximum 1 rep max is. And if you don't know what that is, please don't attempt it on your own. Get with a trainer, or at least with somebody who can spot you so that you don't injure yourself. And the last thing I'll say before we actually get going is you want to make sure that when you're bench pressing, you want to get your eyes underneath the bar from the start point. So let's take a look at that. So you want to make sure your eyes are under the bar directly here, and that you have a wide enough grip to where your chest will be permitted to open up when you actually bring the bar down to press. And when you push the bar off of the rungs, you want to bring it out over your chest. Where I see a lot of people go wrong with the bench press is, instead of pushing down towards their chest on their rib line, they are like over their face or here on the neck, and that's just asking for a shoulder injury, and you also can't press as much weight when you're doing something like that. So it's important that you have that type of correct form along the chest line. And you know, if you think about, like, if you were to punch somebody, you always would punch like from down low where you'd get your power. You would never punch anybody, at least not very effectively, from this angle or this angle. So that's why we talk about getting that power, because the more weight that you can push, the more calories you're going to burn and exert injury. So let's start with 10 reps. 10 reps of the bench press is the first thing we're gonna do here. So let's get our eyes under the bar. Hands equal parts wide, push up, and let's go for 10 reps. Set, here we are. You wanna move slowly with purpose. Don't bounce the bar off your chest, but touch the bar to your chest. And that's gonna be 10. Good, great. So now we got that sweat going again, my heart rate's already up. So the second exercise part of this method is actually a superset of the chest press, and we're going to use some 20-pound dumbbells right here that we have already set up for us, and we're gonna do a chest fly. Let's do 10 reps of the chest fly. For this exercise, you're going to go straight up from the chest and slowly go down. Don't move quickly on the chest fly. Keep your elbows slightly bent and open wide and push back. That's 1. We're going to 10. 2. 9. Open wide, that's gonna be 10 right there. Ease the weight back down to the chest and down onto the mats and sit up. Good. So we're rolling. We're gonna take a second maybe to catch our breath, but we're not gonna get too comfortable. Next we have farmer squats, cousin to the farmer walk. What's most important when you do farmer squats is to have enough weight that you're going to feel you're going to need to bring your scapular complex back, opening your chest, creating a nice, strong posture. So I have a couple of kettlebells right down here beneath me, and think of yourself as maybe at the airport, at the train terminal. You got a couple pieces of heavy luggage. What you want to do is set back your shoulders, chest out, nice, strong, athletic posture, chin slightly tucked in, okay? Not down like this, but just slightly tucked in. Think of nice level eyes. Keep your eyes forward, and we're gonna grab hold of these, and we're gonna go 10 reps. And we're gonna do the Anderson squat style, where we're gonna sit down between reps. Drive through the heels, shoulder blades down and back, and stand. 1, all the way down. Squeezing the glutes, up, 2. Good, 10 reps. That's 8, 9, good job, 10, and down. Good, set the weight down. Notice when I was coming back down to the bench, I wasn't slamming down onto the bench. I'm 100% in control of my body. You should always be in control of your body. You should always be in control of the weight. If you're not, you're probably lifting too heavy. Check the ego at the door and look for quality of movement rather than quantity of the movement. Next, we got some kettlebell swings. Grab some water, and I'll see you in the gym floor. All right, boys and girls, so now we're out on the gym floor. We got my bad boy over here. This is the 60-pound kettlebell. We're gonna do some swings with it, all right? Nice kettlebell swings. We wanna remember that we're trying to catch the weight in our legs and fire through our glutes, all right? We don't wanna catch it in our lower back. So if you find yourself with swings and you're coming way down like this and your chest is collapsing down, that's a big problem, okay? Maybe not right away, but eventually something's gonna slip out of place and you're gonna hurt yourself. So again, check the ego at the door and look for quality of movement as opposed to quantity of movement, okay? The idea here with the kettlebell swing is not necessarily to lift the weight. We're not trying to lift the weight. I want you to get that out of your head. This is a momentum exercise, okay? It's an anaerobic power exercise. So I want you to think to yourself that we are throwing the weight, throwing it up and then catching it down low, throwing it up and then catching it down low. You'll see me when I get going with the weight here in just a minute. We're gonna do 10 of these, and I'm gonna grab my big guy right here. I got 60 pounds. No problem, nice wide base. Keep your weight kind of shifted back. Your hinged hips will be constantly hinged, except for when you do that little explosive movement at the top. So let's get going with the first bit of momentum, and we're going to rock them out here 10 times. Same exact formation as the farmer squats, chin tucked in, shoulder blades down and back, chest out, 2, 1, here we go. Drop it down, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10. Whew. All right, good. So that's gonna bring us on to the next exercise. Again, anaerobic. This next one's gonna be core strength. We're gonna go with mountain climbers. Hit the deck, boys and girls. We're going down. All right, so now we got mountain climbers coming up next. First thing I'm gonna show you is how to do your standard mountain climbers, and then after I do about 20 of those, we're going to show you the progression, which is gonna be using this Basu ball right here. We're gonna use it for a little bit of an instability mechanism. So, push-up position, eyes out, head nice and flat. You're gonna, remember when you do mountain climbers, you're not pushing off of the ground, you're actually pulling your knee towards your chest. So here we go, we're gonna go 25 right now. 25. All right, I promised you progression. We're gonna get to progression. Basu ball, both sides up ball, right? It's gonna add a little bit of an element of instability. As you can see, it's a little wobbly. We're gonna do the same deal, bringing our knees right towards our chest. 25 more, and then we move on. Set, ready, go. 27, 28. Woo, I did 5 bonuses just for you. Moving on to curls. See you on the flip side. All right, so we're up from our mountain climbers, and now we got hammer curls coming next. So we got our dumbbells back out, okay? We're gonna do 10 nice hammer curls. So you wanna keep your feet just underneath your shoulders, and your glutes are gonna be engaged. We're gonna do 10, and then we're gonna show off a little bit and have some fun. We're gonna do some while standing on a Basu ball to add a little bit of stability, core strength, shake and bake action. So you wanna keep your hands right here in a hammer grip. That's just looking just like that. And we're gonna drop them down, and let's do nice 10 of these, eyes forward. 1, 2, 8, 9, 10. Now I promised you some fun. So we're gonna jump up on this Basu ball here. We're gonna stay nice and stable, and we're gonna stand tall, shoulder blades back, and curl just the same. 2, 3, 9, 10. Ha! Pretty cool, boys and girls. We got TRX training next. All right, team, we're almost done. We got the TRX straps in, and we are going to finish this up with a nice TRX low row, followed by a TRX tricep press. Once we're done with this, we will effectively work every plane that you can in the body, and we are going to do 25 low rows and 12 overhead tricep presses. We'll take you through each one of those exercises, and then when you're done, you're going to want to start this video back over because the method calls for you to do all of this twice for maximum results. So let's start with the low row, all right? We want to get nice and down low, eyes up on the anchor, again, chest out, and when you row up, you're gonna wanna move your hands toward your face, so in like that. This is important because this low row is for your rhomboids and your traps. If you stay out like this, it's more of a posterior deltoid exercise, which is a fine exercise. It's just not what we're doing right now. So let's go 25 low rows, eyes on the anchor. Feeling good, team. Here we go. 1, 2, 4, 25. Whew. Very nice. Next, we're gonna go tricep press. So we're gonna lean forward here with the TRX straps coming right up towards you. You wanna make sure that your hands are above your eyes. We're looking right down towards the baseboard, and you're going to ease your body down by bending your elbows and feel your triceps lengthen and then contract. Straighten those arms right out. 1, 2, 11, 12. Good, excellent. That completes all of the TriJack method gym edition. Excuse me, a little out of breath. You're gonna wanna repeat all of this again, and I hope that you stay with us. You can follow us on YouTube. You can get the app online. Everything fitness in your pocket. Take it wherever you go, whatever gym you have. Remember, my friends, fitness is not a luxury. Fitness is a priority. Always move forward at trijake.com.